we don't feel that we can win the SEC, but that's only because of a gaudy, god-awful, worst of all time schedule. But we're still looking at, okay, how does this look? And because of the tough schedule, this is a must win. Because if you lose this game, then we check out for the rest of the season because we know what's coming. You can't beat Miami. What the else can you beat on this schedule besides a Samford, which whatever they are, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Rollins College level, I don't know. Outside of that, who can you beat? So you have to win this game, and it has to look right. We have this Gators and Miami game coming up. Now, of course, I'm a diehard Gators fan, okay? And they're going to be going against the Miami Hurricanes, 3:30 Saturday. Now, we talked about all three of these teams, over the course of the offseason here. And, my thing, and I think the last thing I remember you saying about this game is sort of not that important, as far as if win or lose. If you win, you're beating a bad coach Miami team, and if you lose, it's kind of just more of the same. As far as the Gators, then we roll into an incredibly tough schedule. But man, my feelings are just so much different than that because, most pundits are saying that these two teams are similar. As far as the talent wise, things like that, it's very similar. So these are two similar teams, and as much as you say Mario's a bad coach, shit, we don't have any evidence that says our coach is any better as far as coaching on the field. You know what I mean? We don't have any evidence of that. Matter of fact, the way the Gators, the way the fan base feels is that his play calling is god awful. They just wish we would have brought in offensive coordinator this year.
Why I say this, like any hype around this game is not really important, is because both of these teams are similarly flawed. You have in Napier a coach that a lot of people are skeptical about. He hasn't won over the Gator fan base. You have Cristobal, who just is a bad coach. You have two teams that just because they're Florida teams, because whatever, there's a certain expectation or there's a certain excitement of possibility. And, this game could very easily look by week 3 or 4 as a pair of retards wrestling in mud. Like, these teams both suck, they're not going to do anything, and we spend a lot of time getting excited about a game that doesn't mean anything. That's how I look at the game, because I don't think either one of these teams is going to be, in the mix in November at any level.
Yes and no. Because both teams, that may be the realization, that may be the most realistic outcome. But both teams have high expectations in various. Like Miami feels like they can win the ACC this year.
Right.
They feel like they're supposed to win the ACC this year. And they look at Florida State losing in week 0.
For 23 years.
Yeah, but this is the best recruiting class that they've had, and they've recruited well the past 3 years. They have a high level quarterback transfer that they feel great about. He had a great camp. You know what I mean? So all of those stars are supposed to align and win the ACC this year. They haven't had that in the past. Maybe the only thing that could potentially hold them back is a bad coach, and we'll see how that plays out. Florida, on a similar level, we don't feel that we can win the SEC, but that's only because of a gaudy, god-awful, worst of all time schedule. But we're still looking at, okay, how does this look? And because of the tough schedule, this is a must win. Because if you lose this game, then we check out for the rest of the season because we know what's coming. You can't beat Miami. What the fuck else can you beat on this schedule besides a Samford, which whatever they are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Rollins College level, I don't know. Outside of that, who can you beat? So you have to win this game, and it has to look right because again, we've had several really good recruiting classes. Okay, and you're gonna try it out. This an offense, a defense that was just the defensive coordinator that we had last year, Pink. He's working at Home Depot now.
As he should.
Last year,
Yeah.
a Division I Florida Gators defensive coordinator is working at fucking Home Depot right now. You can Google it and look it up. That's come on, man. You're not even a manager at Home Depot. Come on, man. That's like there's so much riding on just the way it looks. So yeah, maybe if you tell me win or loss, it doesn't matter, but it has to look fucking right.
You know who else worked at Home Depot?
Who's that?
Denzel Washington in The Equalizer. And he still had a little gas in the tank.
Yeah, he still has something left in the tank for sure. Oh man.
Yeah. No, I mean, everything you say is correct, and then everything I say I think is actually correct as well. You know?
Yeah.
If you look at it from the perspective of those teams, yeah, we have to win game one. We get a certain momentum. It makes all the other challenges a little bit more manageable after. A loss in game one, that's where Florida State is. Everything now becomes a lot more difficult, and you don't have any gimmies left, and you're just fighting uphill the rest of the way. I mean, the only benefit of this is that it's not a conference game for either team.
Yeah.
So there's no direct impact on, your conference progression.
Yeah. But if, a pipe dream for sure, but with Miami being ranked, if Florida's going to have an outside chance of making this 12-team playoff, beating a ranked team, and especially if Miami goes on to do well in the ACC, that'll bode well for us.
For sure. I mean, it becomes a quality win.
Yeah.
If you beat a team that's the thing. The reality is when you beat some of these teams, you want them to kind of do well after that because it makes it look like you've had a stronger schedule, and it gives you a little bit more juice with the committee and these other entities that decide things.
Even the opposite, because if Georgia Tech goes along and kind of tanks the rest of the season, like even if you guys run the table, it's gonna be like, damn, you lost to a fucking, 4-9 Georgia Tech team.
It's a fine line though, because if they do too well, they may keep you out of a conference title game.
That too. Yeah.
So,
I know. It's kind of a screw. Yeah.
But that's why. Here's the thing: don't lose any fucking games.
Yeah.
Like then you have to worry about AS.
Yeah. Not especially the ones you're supposed to win.
You're supposed to win them all. That's why they play them.
Yeah.
You're not playing games to lose.
You're not. But I'm not going to expect the Gators to go into Georgia and
they don't have to go into Georgia. They're going to Jacksonville.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
They don't have to go between the hedges. They just got to go to Duval.
Duval. All right. Well, we'll see how this game goes. 3:30. I'll get home in time, man. 12 o'clock is our rec league basketball game.
Yeah.
I may even watch the next game after that, and then I gotta get out of there.
Get yourself all set up for the big one.
Yeah, man. Oh yeah. Well, I don't watch big games out. I have to be home.
I know, that's so weak, man. So weak. I'm not watching it all though. I have no interest in college football at this point.
You're not gonna watch the game?
No.
Our game?
No. I'm sure there'll be a soccer match on. I can watch it. I'm serious.
That's terrible, man.
No, I literally have no interest.
Show some Floridian roots.
No, I don't
you
care.
Connecticut.
I don't care. I'm done with college football this year.
You don't want to see. You have to play Miami later. You don't want to see how they look.
No.
You don't want to project.
No, I don't care. If we won, I would be very invested. Not now.
Not now.
No.
Oh man, you know what? I this is the first time ever I missed the topics thing.
Oh, you did?
Well, it doesn't matter. Did. They'll catch up. They'll know what we're talking about when we talk about it.
Unmistakable.
Yeah. I was so excited, man, to talk about Brody.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
I had to get to it.
When was the game? Saturday or Sunday?
That was Saturday.
Saturday. Okay.
Yeah. That was Saturday. I'll go back and watch when the playoffs start. I'll let you know.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind. Where did they play at?
That game was all of their home games are at Oak Ridge.
Oak Ridge, okay.
Oak Ridge High School. Yeah. Which is another reason why I saw some good looking single mamas. That's a good area for that.
A lot of Haitians down there.
Yeah, I don't know if I saw any that day.
Okay.
But
perhaps another day.
There is a lot of Haitians in that Oak Ridge area.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know a couple.
All right.
Yeah.
You invite them to meet you at the game?
No.
Okay. Let's put it out there.
Yeah. My latest one is dating an African now.
Really?
Yeah, I probably said too much already. All right.
Wait, you're dating an African?
No, I'm not. I am African.
There's an African in the scenario.
You're still on the bench podcast with Bubba and Pig, home of sports, music, and mayhem. We're available on all podcast streaming platforms, including here on YouTube. Please like, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff. Really quick here before we move along the show. Don't forget about Royal13thebrand.com. Again, that is Royal13thebrand.com. Get fresh. Use promo code Bubba Pink. All right. Let's go here.